My name is Dregs One. Welcome to another episode of the History of the Bay podcast, sponsored by the good people of Amoeba Music San Francisco, as well as the good people of Dying Breed San Francisco, where you can get all types of gear and graffiti supplies. Behind the lens today, we got Rocky Vision, we got King Said, we got the producer Scino in the building. On the boards is DEO, and today, another special guest, a young Bay Area legend. You know him. You know who it is, man. The one and only Nef The Pharaoh.
Say that.
What's up, player?
Skio himself in flesh.
Thank you for pulling up on us, bro. Oh, I'm lovely, bro. I'm blessed, man. Another day at the office, just trying to keep these podcasts going, man.
I'm thankful for y'all having me here, man.
Likewise, bro.
Y'all been asking me to come do the podcast. I'm like, man, I got you.
That's right.
Get down.
Well, every time we hit you, you come through, man. That's solid, and it's much appreciated, bro. It's much appreciated.
That's the least I could do, man.
Come on, man. This is how it's got to be, man. We got to support one another, bro.
Hey, like he said, Bay Area legend. That shit is crazy, bro. I don't even be embracing it. My niggas make me embrace it, and it's like an inside joke, because I'm really a young Bay Area legend. So when we really have Bay Area legend or Bay Area icon shows, when it's real fixtures on there, and I be a young nigga on there, they be like, nigga, you the youngest nigga on there, and they be like making fun of me, but it's still an accomplishment, bro. That's so fucking dope to me, to be a young Bay Area icon, a young living legend, and that's just true.
Well, I know what you're saying, bro. And as much as I use this platform to give props, I do not dick ride. So we don't dick ride, man. But it's just undeniable at this point, man. You made your mark on the game, and as cats from the Bay, sometimes that's really all we want. You know what I mean? But let's take them all the way back, man, to the very beginning. Get into your full story, bro. And you represent Vallejo, so tell everybody where you grew up. And what your neighborhood was like as a kid.
I'm from South Vallejo, California. Excuse me, I feel like I was about to burp and shit we was drinking. But
off them buzz balls.
Yeah, Sirski. I'm from South Vallejo, California, and basically my hood was it's kind of different than the Bay Area hoods. It's kind of like down south vibes, kinda. Cause you'll see a nigga on a horse.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's horses. We got horses, goats, all types of shit. It's farms and hella shit in South Vallejo. And but it's, I would say, like urban farm hood area, We got a lot of hills. How could I just describe it in the best way? Man, the South every artist says this, it's no hood like my hood, it's no hood like my hood. But it's really, I feel like it's really no hood like South Vallejo. Like, me and my niggas, or not even me and my niggas in the hood, when they see somebody that they know at the corner store, they'll be like, what's up, how's your mental? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard a nigga in nobody else who would do that. Like, see they partner and be like, what's up, how's your mental? That's like, that's like hood therapy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, I don't know a lot of niggas who don't have PTSD. So something in my hood that I saw and I thought that was cool was a lot of people ask how your mental is, and they care about their people. Everybody is family, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we go by the quote-unquote real rules of the streets still. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the same beliefs. If you go against the grain, it's fuck you for real. Like, niggas is really standing on that. It's dope, And then if you really want to see what it's like, I'm going to do a little on nigga. Viceland, Bay Area, you understand me? They came and walked around in the nigga hood in South Vallejo. I had to show them what it was like. I put my hood store on national television.
I think I caught that. Was that
a lot of times.
M&M's?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I saw that. That was dope, bro.
'em. Um, Viceland, Fader, Forbes. hella other shit. Shout out to M&M's. We just did a turkey drive in the hood. We passed out over 100 halal turkeys in South Vallejo to the families. A lot of niggas, I say this myself, I'll be like, why do niggas be passing out turkeys to people who don't have an oven, can't cook them? But we did pass out turkeys to people who had ovens and houses, and they was less fortunate, but they couldn't, you know what I'm saying, get the turkey, so we gave them the turkeys. And then it was people who didn't even have homes and shit where we already had food, plates, other things, you know what I'm saying? So we did that for everybody, and that felt good in the hood. And I always make sure I'm very involved in my community.
That's dope,
That's
bro.
one thing I gotta do. If you're not involved in your community, you can't even speak on being like...
I think especially trying to do this rap shit, right?
Yeah, you can't even say your hood is yours or none of that shit if you ain't never did nothing for your hood or you ain't never gave back.
Well, that's a real Bay Area thing, man, is seeing rap cats actually wiggle through the traffic in these areas that they talk about, right? And it sounds like you got a real tight-knit culture and community coming out of the V. And I wanted to ask you, you know, we could go into like how you got into hip-hop, period, but I want to focus on the Bay, man. What was your first exposure to Bay Area hip-hop?
My first exposure to Bay Area hip-hop, you ever heard of a group called the Funky Aztecs?
Yeah.
Those are my uncles.
Were you talking, what, those are your uncles?
Yeah.
We were just talking about Tupac offline,
and my uncles in real life, like
they got a joint with Pac, video Pac.
Like
those are your uncles.
Yeah, for real. One of them is my granny's son on God. Like
what?
No cap. So
you part Latin?
You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga though. I'm a fool nigga though. No disrespect to my Latin community. I ain't gonna get it there. My mom is what my mom is. My nigga, my daddy is full black, so I'm a nigga. I came out black. I don't got mixed nigga here. There's no disrespect to the Latin community. There's no disrespect to the black community. I am what I am, you know what I'm saying? That's why I just stick, black and brown, I stick around, you know what I'm saying? Right. Black and brown is always strong for me. I'm always for the black and brown community, period. Like, if you know Chain for real, I'm black and brown, you know? That's all I got to say about it.
But the Funky Aztecs, man, people gonna trip out hearing that. Talk about that.
Funky Aztecs, just growing up around them, I think them niggas had a song called like Slipping in the Darkness. I think that was with Tupac.
That was the one with Tupac, I think.
That was the one with Tupac. Yeah. And man, that was dope. I was like, man, these niggas got a song with Pac. That's just something I wanted to do. And like, my uncle Ant Dog, like I was always just rapping, right? But my uncle Ant Dog really made me make it serious about 1999. We did the Vallejo High School talent show. I wasn't even in high school, but we won first place. And I remember when I came out there, I was a bit nervous. And I always hear this nigga voice in my head till this day. He say, work the stage. But when I came out there, I was nervous, but he let me know to work the stage. And I did what I did. Me and my cousins, we won like first place in the talent show. And I was like, front page on Vallejo Times Herald, 1999. I think my mom still got the clip or whatever. And that just made me want to like just do rap seriously, right? Fast forward a couple years, middle school in Vallejo, got in a bunch of trouble in Vallejo, had to move to Sac with my mom. I was still with my granny in the V still, my granny and my auntie. My mom had moved to Sac, got in some trouble, moved to Sac. Boom. I wasn't even really doing my rap shit then, but my granny was like, man, she always used to tell me, I want you to do music. I want you to continue to do your music. And then like my granny passed away, and I'm like, man, that's what made me just really snap into it. And then I did, when niggas was doing mixtapes, like Lil Wayne era, like the drought is over part 3 type shit, like Dat Piff, motherfucking...
the blog era.
Yeah, what was it called? New slaps .blogspot and all of that shit. I did the the Kanye West song Hey Mama.
Mm-hmm.
I flipped it and I made Hey Nana, and it was about my grandmother, and then I showed all my family and shit, and they was like, man, that's raw. And then I just kept on going. Fast forward, I made it about 2014. I made a song called Bitch I'm from Vallejo. That got wings on it. And I guess Cousin Feek, he took a heed to it. He started playing that shit around E-40. E-40 liked the song. That's when he reached out to me, and I talked to him, and then he got me on the feature on his album. We did a song called 707, and actually the verse that I rapped on the album was, I talked about our real conversation. I was like, I was taking the shitter, Cousin Feek hit me up. He said 40 on the other line. I told that nigga, what? Press mute. Why my ass bounced the fuck up? That was real. Like, I was really on the shitter and shit. Like, for real. E-40 called me. Got me on his album. We did 707. That went crazy. Then, on my own, I'm still not even signed to Sick With It. I made this song called Big Timing. It was an ode to the big timers.
Yeah.
Shout out to Baby, Manny Fresh, the whole.
Let me slow it down because I want to stay at your roots for a second.
Okay.
I like how you spelling it though. I hear a lot of Mac Dre.
Oh yeah, for sure.
in your style in a good way.
For sure.
What kind of impact did Mac Dre have on you? I'm assuming a lot, especially just being from Vallejo.
Man. And then what's so crazy is, and it's like when it come to Dre, I'm from South Vallejo, Dre from North Vallejo, but he's such a clean ass nigga, man. He's such a outside guy. You can't help but to love Dre. You know what I'm saying? And it was one time a nigga like got to meet that man. I think it was like at the Shell or Chevron gas station. I don't know what gas station it was, but the nigga was like, not to dick ride, I'm being like, I'm a little nigga. I'm already watching Trill TV. I'm already listening to Mac Dre records. I'm already like, man, this is Mac Dre. And then to run into the nigga and like, he was really how he was. Like, what's up, cut? Like, like, nigga take a picture, hella shit, like, sign an autograph, all the shit. And it just made me like, man, that nigga clean, bruh. It just made me like want to be a people person. It made me want to fuck with my fans. All types of shit like that. Like, so that's where I really get Dre from. And the nigga was laced with game, bruh. Water was laced with game. Water is still the game. Water is my sensei. I got that nigga tatted on my leg. But Dre, when Dre spoke the game, it was like a little different. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, what'd he say? He said, I could talk a cat off the back of
a fish wagon.
And sell an Eskimo ice at a high price twice. Game is my merchandise.
Yeah.
That nigga was like, what?
Yeah, lines for sure.
He had bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't help it but to be influenced by Dre. It's like, when you a young, inspiring nigga or a young nigga who want to be in the NBA, you inspiring to be in the NBA, you want to be like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Melo, or whatever the nigga name is, Curry, Kobe, a bunch of greats.
Well, especially if they're coming out of your backyard too.
Yeah,
Same city.
And then when a nigga get raw, right? He get raw in high school. He get ill and he like you that nigga, and he started to say like, man, I looked up to Kobe, but I'm better than Kobe.
Right.
Nobody gets offended. I mean, people do.
Right.
They might do, but they, you know, it's that's what happens in sports. Like,
you gotta have your confidence up.
You gotta have your confidence.
Yeah.
Like, who are you to feel weak? That's dumb. My mama didn't raise me to feel weak. My granny didn't raise me to feel weak. And I feel like if Dre was here today, no disrespect, I've never disrespected that man in my life. I feel like he'd be like, cut, keep on going. Doing your thing. I ain't gonna lie. Like Dre inspired me to be who I am today, but I'm still Nef The Pharaoh, and I am who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm keeping his name alive, but I'm You know, I got Dre essence, but it's Nef The Pharaoh, so I feel like he would fuck with it. You know?
I hear the influence, but it's not biting. It's not copycat.
Yeah. I
but
feel like he would fuck with it.
It's dope, bro. It's a dope twist on that style.
My uncle is Miami too, so I don't give a fuck what niggas talking about.
Shout out to my guy Miami the most, man.
I call that nigga right now. What you doing?
You mentioned E-40, you mentioned Mac Dre. I'm just curious. I never asked this question. I'm not a big top 5 guy, but I'm curious. Who are Nef The Pharaoh's top 5 Bay Area rappers?
I had this conversation with my cousin the other day. He was like, do you want my top 5 greats of all time or like my top 5 right now? Because
all time.
All time?
Mm-hmm. I've never asked this question before.
That's crazy. People is gonna be like, what? Spice One.
Nice.
Andre Nicotina.
Nice.
Mac Dre. Spice One, Andre Nicotina, Mac Dre. Water, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And the pimp of the motherfucking year.
Drew Down.
Yes, Sirski.
Wow. Drew Down over Short? I mean, it's cool. I'm just, just trying to confirm. I would not be mad at Drew Down, for the record.
I just like Drew Down, man. He was a swaggy ass nigga, man. I fuck with Too Short. Too Short was talking that shit. Saying bitch. He was saying a lot of things I had never heard in my life. Thank you, Too Short. But Drew Down was clean, though.
Yeah.
Drew Down was clean as fuck. I'm not saying Too Short wasn't clean, but Drew Down was clean, though. He'd come through like, that nigga had... That nigga, hey, can you feel it?
Yeah.
That shit slapped so motherfucking hard. When I was little, it used to make me want a Harley.
Yeah.
Hella just speakers on it. Bop, 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 bop. I could just imagine the Oakland nigga sliding through. Can you feel it? You gotta have the speakers in the motherfucking grill. You play that.
Shout out to Pimpy Doo.
Yeah, the pimp of the year, man. Drew Down.
So that's a dope list. I'm not mad at that list. It's all, obviously it's your opinion. It's all subjective.
Yeah, it's only my opinion.
Yeah, it might change. I might ask you that question tomorrow. You might have some different answers.
Y'all Bay Area's top 5, so don't do that.
Yeah. No, I think that was pretty good. That gives some insights also to some of your influences. How did you get the name Nef The Pharaoh?
Ooh, we. I got 12 siblings, a lot of aunties and uncles. When I start rapping, my birth name is Tony. It's spelled different too. It's Tonee. I was Lil T. But then as I got older, like my uncle, all my uncles just was like nephew, Nef. And I'm like, ooh, that's clean. So I stuck with the Nef. And then it was Young Nef. Excuse me. Fucking buzzballs. It was Young Nef, and then I wanted to be Lil Wayne a part of my once upon a time in my life. So it was Neffy Baby, and then high school. I told you I moved from Vallejo to Sac. High school, I went to Intercom High. It was one of the most. I think it was at the time that I went. It was the most diverse high school in California, but they had good curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
They had good curriculum there. I'm loaded. Excuse me. They had good curriculum there, and history class. We touched bases on Africa and ancient Egypt, and and kings and queens and pharaohs and all of that, right? But they didn't really touch bases on it. So on my extra time, I would go to the library and I would actually read. A lot of young niggas didn't do this. I would actually read about it because the subject was very intriguing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was dope. So when I read up on it, got some game on it, it was just like, I'm like, boom. That's what I'm running with, like Nef The Pharaoh.
That's dope, bro.
That's where I got it from.
You ever read this book called Stolen Legacy?
I haven't.
You gotta check it out. It's about how all of Greek philosophy was stolen from ancient Egypt.
Oh, oui.
Not by the Greek philosophers themselves, but by the historians. The way they wrote it is basically they just left out all the Egyptian contributions and took stuff from ancient Egypt and passed it off as Greek. And the cat who wrote it, I believe he was found dead a week after it came out. So he was really talking some shit. Go check that book out, Stolen Legacy. I got that
about the nigga who made
from
the water
Marcus
car?
Books on Fillmore. Say what?
You heard about the nigga who made the water car?
Oh, I heard a little something.
He made a car that ran completely on water, and then they smoked him. They did something to him.
Yeah.
They smoked him.
Yeah. Look, Alphabet Boys, if you're watching this, we just promote music, okay?
I don't make cars on water, and I don't do none of that shit, so you don't gotta worry about me. I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm not out here trying to be doing all of that shit. You know, life is way much easier when you don't worry about shit that you can't control.
No, facts. Facts.
I only worry about things that I can control. Like,
I feel the same way.
I don't put myself in situations that I'm not in control of or I really, like, can't control.
Right.
That's dumb.
Right. No, I feel the same way. But I had a feeling there had to be some type of ancient Egypt, interest behind the name.
For sure.
You mentioned, so we're skipping back ahead now. I didn't really get to like respond to this, but all that stuff you're saying about 40 calling you and Cousin Feek and all that, that's big, bro. Like you're off to a hell of a start. And then you mentioned, going into big timing, which if I remember correctly, you had that song out for a hot second before it really blew, correct?
Yes, Sirski.
So what was that process of making that joint and getting it out there?
Before I say this, shout out to Lil B the bass guy, cause watch this. I think Instagram came out in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I don't know. Anyways.
It might be. It sounds about right.
2011, right? Twitter was around, I don't know when I think Twitter came out.
Like 09?
Before that. 2010. Boom. And then take it back to MySpace. Lil B the bass guy had 100 music pages on MySpace, right? When I finally got to meet Lil B, I'm like, how did you do that? And he was like, such and such, email, all of this shit. So I'm like, boom. So I dropped the song Big Tymin. I already had my Instagram account. I've been Nef The Pharaoh since Instagram started. I've been Nef The Pharaoh since Twitter started. I already had those accounts, right? So when I dropped the video on YouTube, shout out to Kyle Nassar, he shot the video. That was my boy back in high school. He was doing this video thing and all the shit. It say NASA Films in the beginning.
Clean ass video.
Yeah, for sure.
Was the tennis thing another Mac Dre inspiration?
Yes, sir. That was a Mac Dre reference. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
That was
that the same?
The U.S. Open.
Was that the same court?
No, it was not.
Okay.
It wasn't. But we dropped the video. Boom. Nigga, I make so many emails and I make hella fake Twitters, right? So I didn't tweet it myself. I tweeted it myself, and then I would go on the little Twitter pages and retweet. This before niggas was paying for streams.
Mm-hmm. No, this is just hustling. This is just grinding.
Before you bitch ass niggas was paying for streams. I thought of this before y'all, and I ain't even talk about it on no Soulja Boy shit. Boom. So I would retweet it off of those accounts. Like, oh, he going up. Boom. Then the niggas who I actually knew were retweeting shit like that. And then what happened? E-40 fucked with it, and that motherfucker grew legs. Manny Fresh started fucking with it. Juvenile started fucking with it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if Cash Money and the big timers ever responded.
Man, I think even Baby tapped in. He was fucking with it. Shout out to Birdman. And then that bitch just grew legs, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. She grew legs. And then one thing about me is manifestation. I really manifest everything in my motherfucking life, from my kids to what I'm finna wear tomorrow. This is real. Like, you gotta already be steps ahead. I be telling my nigga, he be like, how you do that? But you really gotta believe and breathe what you say, what you saying. You gotta then once you proclaim it, you can't just wait for it to happen.
No.
You gotta take the steps to get there, to get forward, to do it.
I heard Sugar Free say recently, people be asking, hey, how you get there? He just said, I asked for it.
I asked for it. But he took the steps also.
Exactly.
Right? So boom. One of my things was I always wanted to do the summer jam. SAC got to me before the Bay Area. So I did 102.5, the summer jam. Still a big thing for me, still accomplishment. I met G-Eazy, and these is relationships I'm still good with till this day. I met G-Eazy, I met Lil Dicky, I met a couple other people, but Jeezy but Gerald and Dave was really like the like, I remember like sitting crisscross applesauce on the yard with that nigga Dicky and like just talking, having a conversation. And then when G-Eazy got off stage, because I was a fan of him before he even like knew who I was probably. And when he got off stage, he was like, bro, I'm a fan of you. Or he was telling me, I fuck with you, right? I'm like, man, that's dope. I'm just like, man, I'm just stoked out this nigga's talking to me, right? I'm just hella excited. Then this nigga go to, I'm a fan of you. You want to go on tour with me? I'm like, what? I'm like, man, this nigga talking. He talking to me. He want me to go on tour? I'm like, hell yeah. You want me to go on tour with you? Where we going? We just going like a few places, like 5 dates?
Nah, the whole world.
Yes.
Nah, just the whole world real quick.
That nigga took me on tour for damn near 3 years of my life. 3 years of my life, and it was just amazing. Me and my niggas saw snow for the first time. Me and my niggas just witnessed every state for the first time. It was beautiful, bro. Like,
that's awesome, bro.
Shit was dope. Like,
yeah. That's sick, man.
When a nigga documentary come out, or when I make a Netflix show, or when I do this shit like Power, not Power, I don't really care for Power. No disrespect to 50 Cent.
I don't really either.
I don't like that. But when I make this shit like just a dope ass series, like, niggas gonna be like, bro, this shit is like, what?
It's a hell of a story, bro. And see, from the outside looking in, people think this shit just happens for you. It happens to you overnight. The fact that you took the time to figure out, man, how do I make this shit shake with the internet, right? The fact that you put the work in to do the Twitter tweaks and just push that shit. Like, you have to push these songs, bro. No one, you're not just gonna make a song and someone just comes around and makes it a hit for you. Like, you have to push your shit. And the result of that, bro, like I said, just to give you your flowers, man, you got one of them joints that you can perform for the rest of your life. You have several joints, but that one in particular, it's up there with like I Got 5 on it.
It is.
Or bro. Sideways, or just any Bay Area anthem. Yeah. It's up there. It's on the playlist. Yeah, it's on the playlist.
It is.
So congrats, bro, on all that, man. What was it like? Because that's happening hella fast. Like, what's it like jumping from this Bay Area Vallejo circuit to like now you got a national spotlight on you, and like you said, the Vice Lands and all these blogs and you doing these press runs. Like, what was that process like for you?
It was. It's the dope. Shit was many. Like, here I am, just making a song. I'm like, And that song, I was just having fun for real.
You can tell.
I was just having fun, you know. And here I go, traveling the world with my day one niggas, and I get back to, you gotta do something with Viceland. You gotta fly to New York to go talk to Sway. You gotta fly back to London and go do the Wireless Festival. You got to do Double XL. You got to do an interview with Forbes. You got to do all of this shit that I manifested. And I came back and I really saw it growing wings. And I'm like, this shit is trill, man. It just only made me want to go harder. It only want to make me just continue to do shit and just, I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. Sometimes I do get tired of performing big time, but then again, I never get tired of performing big time because as soon as them lights come on and everybody sing that shit word for word.
It's a blessing, man. I mean, a lot of artists that are dope as fuck and make a career out of their music, they never get one of those. So when you do get one, I can see how, like, you definitely don't want to be known as a one-hit wonder, which I don't believe you are, right?
Definitely
you
not.
got a whole catalog.
For sure.
But yeah, man, I mean, you're probably gonna be an old man still performing that, which would be dope.
I would love that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm 70 years old, 80 years old, and I'm still performing big time.
No, it means you did something, bro.
I'm doing casino tours.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm doing casino tours with a black and mild on my grandkid.
Come on,
my
man.
lap. Big timing on the motherfucking piano. Nigga, I don't give a motherfuck.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm finna have a residency in Vegas like Usher. Nigga, come out doing crazy shit.
That'll be pretty tight, bro.
I don't care. Like, it's gonna...
And you had a pretty big remix, too.
Man.
YG, right?
YG, Ty Dolla Sign. YG gave me the first verse when he got out the hospital of getting shot and shit. He said, hey, they say I'm crazy. Hey, I got shot and left the hospital the same day. That was crazy. So,
yeah, you got
to YG, shout out to Ty Dolla Sign.
You have a lot of ties with LA artists. Mustard, DJ Mustard, G Perico, did an EP with Greedo, Snoop Dogg.
Yes, sirski.
Yeah. How important is that Bay to LA network?
The Bay to LA network is very important to gap the bridge and still keep it going. Just the Bay to LA connection. That's super. That's the real West Side connection. Shout out to West Side connection. Ice Cube, Dub C, Mac 10. But like you said though, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, it's pretty big to be featured on his album.
Dog, I'm from Vallejo, California. I got a song with Snoop Dogg on my album, and I got a song on his album.
Yeah.
Niggas better stop talking to me.
There you go, man.
He's the most recognizable face in hip hop. You go to Japan, they be Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Oh God, you go to Korea, Snoop Dogg. Oh shit. They know Snoop Doggy Dogg. They know Snoop Doggy Dogg. They might even say it like that. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Like, that's bruh. He's so chill. And I got to spend time at the compound for like a week straight. So that was dope. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. It's my nigga, man.
Shout out to Snoop, man.
He really be tapping in still. He reposted me and the rest of
I had seen that. Yeah, he's always very supportive, bro.
Do that.
He supports a lot of up-and-coming talent, and he supports the Bay Area a lot, too. Shout out to Snoop, man. Some other people you've worked with, Cardo. Whole album with Cardo.
That's my guy, man. Shout out to Cardo. We might just got to get the second one in, man. Neffy Got Wings Part 2, or call it Neffy Got Wings 2.
Yeah, he's killing it right now. He's been killing it.
Shout out to him and Larry June, too. Yes. I like that shit.
Yes, facts.
That's crazy.
ShooterGang Kony.
That's my brother, my grandson.
Sacramento, right?
Yeah, that's my dog, boy. Kony going crazy, man. He's so amazing. He like, I just sit back and smile when it comes to Kony. Like, dude, he surpassed everything. He broke out the box. he became what people said he couldn't become. And he kept this motherfucking name. It was people like, bro, you might want to drop the ShooterGang. You might want to drop the ShooterGang. He kept it, bro. And he is what he is. This nigga is a household name with a ShooterGang Kony is a household name. You know what I'm saying? My son love that nigga. So shout out to Ginobili, bro. It's my brother.
Yeah, there's a lot of eyes on Sacramento, Stockton. There's a whole new Northern California scene that's really jumping off.
The whole Dizzler is Stockton.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. That shit's sick. I like that shit.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stockton.
Okay, let's talk about something fun, bro. Mushrooms.
Shrooms.
It's a big theme in your music. You have a whole album called Mushrooms and Coloring Books.
We about to drop part 2 on niggas.
What's
on a hiatus?
Yeah, you gotta have some experiences. Well, how did that become part of your whole repertoire, man?
Man, I was always doing shrooms, but it was a time where I moved to Atlanta, and I was doing shrooms in Atlanta, and I was in a studio. And at the time, it was this bitch-ass manager I had that I ain't fucking with. And you know, when you do shrooms, you just see the real.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever did shrooms. When you do shrooms, you can look in people's eyes and see who's not for you.
You
right?
you feel a lot of things,
the energy,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, cuz not for me. Anyways.
You definitely feel bad energy from people too. Yes.
Definitely. Cuz not for me. But I make the album, put the album out. It did amazing. And what was so dope about the album is, who inspired? I think it was my kid's mom. She do like sitting paints. At the time, she was doing a lot of sitting paints. I'm like,
oh, the paint sip,
sipping paint.
Yeah,
could have been sipping paint. And I'm like, ooh wee, tripping paint. So I invited all the dope ass my rapper friends from the Bay Area and such, YouTube personnels, influencers, before niggas was calling themselves influencers. I don't even think that was a term back then or at the time.
They were calling it tastemakers back then. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember
tastemakers.
Yeah, and we had a tripping paint. The same place where we had the history of the Bay.
Oh, at the Midway?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We had the tripping paint there. And that shit was dope, bro. That shit was just trill. It was like a dope experience. I had like big ass easels of myself and motherfuckers was painting them. Then we had a paint contest and shit and all that. We was passing out things and other things.
Yeah, that's tight. Cause shrooms, some people think like straight up psychedelic, but like in a social setting. Like I've taken shrooms and like walked down 3rd Street feeling like I'm in the club or something. Like just being hella in a good mood, being in a good vibe. I've also had some pretty terrible experiences with shrooms, which is why I'm retired from shrooms for the moment. But I want to ask you, man, what's the weirdest shroom trip you ever had?
With me, there's no such thing as a bad trip. I feel like if you do have a bad trip, it's something that you was always running away.
I didn't say bad. I said the weirdest. What's the weirdest shit you ever experienced off shrooms?
The weirdest shit I ever experienced. I got high with my nigga one time, my partner. And it wasn't even me. We was high, man. And this nigga... I ain't never seen a nigga fall asleep off shrooms. This is my first time.
It was you?
Yes. Nigga.
He was looking like he looked
nigga.
up when he heard me ask that. He was like, "Hold on, is he gonna tell the story?"
I couldn't believe the disrespect because when I call you my nigga, bruh, you my dog. I ain't gonna do you bad. I ain't gonna backdoor you. I'm not no slime. I'm not no snake, right?
Right.
Cuz woke up talking about, I think y'all finna kill me.
Oh, shit.
I said, what? Bruh, you should have saw. I got something, man. I'm like, what you say, you bitch ass nigga? You think I should have what? Said, man, you niggas acting weird. I'm like, man, I'm blowed. I'm like, nigga trying to get out the front door, hella shit. I'm like, man, that was just some weird shit.
Okay.
Really weird. I'm like, I couldn't believe he felt like I was gonna do him like that. Like, damn, that's the energy I was displaying. Like, oh my God.
And that might not even been you. That might have been some other energy in the air you was picking up at the time or so.
We ain't gonna speak on it. I wouldn't do you bad. I was just mad that he thought I'd do him bad. I'm like, bro.
No, I get it, man.
That was weird.
Okay, fair
That's
enough.
my dog, though.
right.
I couldn't believe it. He was loaded, though. Nigga ate about... That was his first time doing, you know what I mean, psychedelics. Nigga ate about...
Oh, okay. But you didn't say that's fair then.
I'm doing the eighths and up.
Right.
He was tripping.
Right. Your first time doing shrooms,
You should have seen... Hey, and then it's not even no weird shit.
Usually people start with like half an eighth.
Funny
for
shit,
like...
though, right? Another time, we doing acid, gang. Bruh, this nigga, we at my cousin's house. I'm feeling it, the acid's... Nigga, everybody's good. We're good. Nigga, we got on Travis Scott that, and I'm out like a light.
Yeah.
Like a light. Bruh, I'm like, ugh, this shit raw, right? It's kicking in. I'm like, ugh. Nigga, this shit mania. Why you get to the part where the subway come on, and where it be like, the land of wheat, you all in too deep. That part, right? That nigga said, turn this off. I don't like this. I'm like, what the fuck you mean, nigga? This shit slap. He like, I ain't fucking with this. I'm trying to turn him up. I'm trying to push him up. This shit slap. He like, I ain't fucking with this. I'm like, bro, I couldn't believe it. That was funny, though.
That's tight.
I got some stories, bro. We got some stories. I got some stories.
Hey, man.
I be getting niggas loaded.
I'm never one to... I'm not going to encourage kids to go do whatever, but if you're going to do it...
No, I will beat your ass.
Yeah.
I will never encourage my kids to do no motherfucking drugs. You think you want to be a fan of Nef The Pharaoh and you underage doing some dumb shit? Don't do it. Don't think you finna come say, Nef, what's up? I'm doing that. Nigga, where your mama at? Oh, you know, your mama here, she know what you, I'm gonna grab your ass up, nigga. Like your daddy's supposed to. That shit is not cool, nigga, and I'm not promoting none of that shit. I talk about what I talk about because I've been through it, nigga. You just listen to it, you understand me? You don't gotta live through this shit. It's just a motherfucking story to you. I tell it because I've been through it. I'm not telling you to go through it. I'm not telling you to go do none of that shit. That's not cool, my nigga. And I tell my kids every day because they are raised in a motherfucking, hey, I'm a suburban. I'm not in the hood anymore. You're not from the hood, nigga. On everything. I'm a suburban.
Sometimes you got to go through it to be able to speak on it like that.
For sure.
Yeah. It's not for everybody, kids.
The art of storytelling.
That's right. Going back to the music, man. You were on Sick With It for most of your career, which is dope as fuck.
I'm still sick with it. I just...
Different business situations. Yes.
Like the water. I got it tatted on my arm.
No, that's dope, bro. I mean, that's legendary, too, just being on that roster. And you've been dropping, like, constantly. But was there ever a point where, like, you talked about it recently, I seen you post about it, like, you feeling kind of different about the music or wanting to step away from it. So what are those situations been like for you? Because I think that's something that everybody deals with when it comes to art and creativity.
In 2020, trying to catch my breath and shit.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
In 2020, my big sister and my nephew was murdered by her bitch-ass baby daddy. And then he killed himself. So that's what I had to go through. And then once that hit, I remember one of my best friends, after my sister died, my nigga Jocko, he had texted me, he like, man, hold your head, da-da-da-da. He was telling me, like, just telling this nigga to keep his head up. And then I remember like going to see Jock. And this at the time when my son, Luca, he was still like damn near 2 or maybe even 1.5. I remember going to see Jock. We having Luca out there, just sitting on the hood of the car in the car seat, playing basketball, all this shit. A week later, Jocko and his baby mama, they get killed. And they get shot up in the car with their kid. But the kid survived. But him and his baby mama both died. But that's tight that their kid survived. So, and then after that, my nigga, my big brother, like, he not my blood brother, but it's my big brother. My nigga Jada Way, he passed away. And then after that, my nigga Vito passed away. It was just like hella shit going on. I feel like everybody got to go through that one, like, the climb. You got to go through the climb, like, where you go, like, it's the bottom of the mountain. Then you climb it up the mountain, and you be at the top of the mountain, like.
It's definitely a test of strength and character.
Definitely a test to drop your nuts and see who the fuck you is.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I just went through a mental battle myself. Had to get myself right.
Of course.
Find out who I was again. Learn to find out my likes and dislikes and loves and all that type of shit again. I had to learn to, this shit crazy. I ain't never even talked about it before, but I don't know if we niggas never even lost a sibling before. But I had to learn to like, to talk to my siblings again because they look like my sister. You know what I'm saying? We had to learn how to love each other again because we all look like each other type shit. We had to learn how to love again because we got our kids and my sister mama don't really got my sister and her kids, but even though she got her grandbabies, it's like we had to get over that type of shit. But you don't never get over it. You don't never get better. You just learn to live with it. Every day I still think about it. Every day I miss my motherfucking sister. I got this painting. A fan gave it to me. It's actually my sister had passed away before my daughter was born. She died on this February 13th. My daughter was born on February 10th. That's years after though. But a fan got me a picture where it's me, my sister, and all my kids and my sister kid, and like it's like a hand painting, and I got it in my hallway, and I just like I look at that every morning like, man, that's dope. Even though my sister never got to meet my daughter look just like my sister. She do shit my sister do. My nephews is just like my nephew. My sons is just like my nephew. The most fucked up thing, I'm sorry to yell, I didn't even mean to raise my voice, excuse me. The most fucked up thing about it, I can get over it. I could deal with it. I'm a man or whatever. That's what we all say. I'm grown. I know how to cope with it. The most fucked up thing about it is having a kid that's old enough to remember their cousin.
Right.
My son still wake up and he be like, man, I miss my cousin. He be crying in the middle of the night. Sometimes, like, on holidays, he'll have a good time, and he'll just be opening all his presents, and then he'll get sad.
Yeah.
He'll be like, man, Kobe not here. And that's just, I gotta keep it together for that nigga, because Baby Nef was the oldest to really recognize, like, man, my nigga gone. And it's like, man, I know your nigga gone, but it's like, my nigga gone, like, my sissy gone for real. So.
Yeah, it's a traumatic thing for a kid to have to learn how to process, man.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
Really sorry for your losses, bro.
All good.
But
I'm back, baby.
Of course, and I appreciate you speaking so honestly, openly about it, because I think for people who are watching
suicide is never the answer. I'm not to cut you off. Suicide is never the answer, bro.
Of course.
I done been through the deepest pits of hell, and I done walked through it and been back. I'm here to tell you, bro, suicide is never the answer, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
That's where I was going. I think there's gonna be people who see this and see you speak on this, and other times who are really gonna get some words that they need to hear out of it, bro. So I'm glad that you're using all this to inspire others and to keep going and to be there for your family. Mm-hmm. And of course, dealing with all that, you would want to take a step back from the music, but you've bounced back. And I'm really, I think that's what makes this new album, Forever the Pharaoh, so special. I was at the listening party that you had. That shit was tight, downtown Frisco. And you've been working with Big Rich and 1015 Management. Mm-hmm. How has that been? Because we were talking earlier about Sick With It and some other projects, and now you're stepping into a new partnership.
Shout out to Sick With It. Shout out to E-40. Shout out to Tasha. Shout out to Big Rich and 1015. Shout out to DEO and everybody a part of the motherfucking camp, right? Once again, my mama say, the ones that don't need to be there, they're going to X themselves out. And you go through trials and tribulations and things. I went through a lot of bitch-ass managers before, and I want you bitch-ass niggas to watch this shit because I ain't even an internet nigga, and I'm not going to say no names. But you know exactly who the fuck you is, right? You go through a lot of bitch-ass things. A lot of bitch-ass things. Before you even know it's bitch-ass shit, I was a young nigga, right? I'm a young nigga. I ain't never even had a manager before. I've never even been in this type of business before. You go through a lot of bitch-ass things. But 1015 and what they doing over there and what they got going over there is something beautiful, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I sat down with Danielle and Big Rich, before I even brought my niggas to the table, they said everything that they said and all the game plan and shit that they showed me, that everything they've been making shit happen. They've been keeping their word. They've been standing on business. Of course, I've learned, no disrespect to them, I've learned to treat a manager like a manager and things like that. Management is management, but they are still family, though. Mm-hmm. It's still family with them. I could ask Big Rich a family question for real if I wanted to. I could ask Danielle a family question for real if I wanted to. I could vent to her if I wanted to. I could vent to motherfucking people on 1015 if I wanted to. We have jokes. We already got insiders. We family, you know what I'm saying? So it's dope. It's something that I've never experienced, that I've waited, that I had to go through dumb shit to experience and to cherish. Like, this the shit. This the shit over here. We them niggas. I ain't gonna lie with you. Ain't nobody fucking with us right now.
That's sick, bro. Yeah, just seeing it from the outside looking in, just being around Rich, you know, I know solid individual.
Super solid.
Definitely somebody who really knows how to make the right power moves in the industry. So I think it's a really good fit for both of y'all. I'm excited to see where it goes.
I always wanted to fuck with Big Rich, too. I was just like, one time, I was driving in my car after dropping my son off, and I was listening to hella unreleased shit. And I'm like, man, this shit dope, man. I just need somebody that's gonna help me, like put this shit in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need...
You can't do everything on your own.
Yeah, I can't do everything on my own. It's like, nigga, I'm already paying for studio time. You know how much I'm in the studio, bro? Mm-hmm. Bro. It's like, I can't be paying for studio time, and of course, I'm not asking them to pay for studio time. I still pay for it myself.
No, but you got a lot of responsibilities like, as an artist.
Yeah, I want to put this out. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. Please help.
Yeah.
It's like, man, look at all of this shit right here. Hold on. Boom. All of these right here It's unreleased.
Oh shit. He's still scrolling. He's still scrolling. He hasn't stopped scrolling.
I'm gonna do it for the camera too.
He's still going.
You might can't see because I got the privacy screen. Could you see it? You see me still scrolling? Am I still going?
Yeah.
It's still going?
Yeah, I stopped.
It stopped?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work right there.
I don't understand how niggas don't be having songs. Like when they be like, man, we don't, how much music do you want? How much music do you expect? Nigga, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
If you really love it, right?
Sure. What the fuck? Hell yeah, I love that shit. Nigga, hey, do y'all realize shit off Forever the Pharaoh? I made that shit in like 2019, 2020, 2022. And the only thing new is features on there. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And the next album you'll probably hear is some shit I made in 2022, 2021, shit like that. Like the shit I'm making right now, I'm not even putting it out right now like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's old to me, it's new to you, and then you gotta be still dope to be relevant.
I'm seeing you getting older in a good way, right?
Yes,
You're growing. We just talked about like your rise to stardom that happened young. And what I see now is you're going into a new stage.
Yes, sir.
Into who Nef The Pharaoh is. And the dope thing is, right, we were talking earlier, okay, yes, big Tymin, right? Like still a huge hit. But you're not stopping there.
No.
I think that's the important thing too, right? Like you're still going, you're still adding to the catalog, you're still doing dope shit. Like you're saying, the shit with Big Rich and Danielle and 1015 is dope. So I think you gotta, the future's looking good for you, bro. And I want to see you continue to shine and continue to strive.
Look at this, y'all. And that's why I say about being relevant and things like that. And manifesting shit like, I can't find where it's at. But I will, though.
Let me ask you one more thing while you look for that. What do you think? This is a question that goes around a lot about the Bay Area, right? People have a lot of negative conversations about the Bay Area. I like to have the positive conversations. I don't like to talk about the problems. I like to talk about what's going good. What do you think is dope about what's happening in the Bay Area right now, and where do you see the music scene moving forward in the future?
What thing I think is dope about the Bay Area is all of the new collabs that's going on and whatnot. I feel like we should keep the collabs going on, but this is just my opinion. I feel like we should try to like veer away from the box that we're in and make anthems for the world. And I'm not saying sell out. I'm not saying make no or none of that shit. You don't gotta do all of that shit. But let's make some anthems when you collab. Let's just not talk about 100 rounds, 50 rounds, 8,000 murders going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of repetitive subject matter.
I love all the features going on. I love all the visuals. The visuals is going crazy for the Bay Area. Let's keep that going. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm loving. Like, nigga, every time I put on YouTube and it's the algorithm too, because I won't even sign in. And I'll do that on purpose. I'll go on YouTube and other places and I won't even sign in. But in California, Bay Area shit is definitely popping up on the algorithm.
Yeah.
When you go to search for shit or when you go to the little homepage,
yeah.
I'm like, ooh wee. So chase down. That shit going crazy.
One last question before I let you get up out of here, man. I heard you ran into Kanye West at one point.
I am the nigga. I'm the nigga that told, this ain't even bragging or nothing. But I'm the first human being in the world that ever told Kanye West Muhammad Ali died. That nigga was, I fucked his whole mood up, bruh. I love Kanye, bro. I'm like, oh my God, why did I do that? I'm like, oh. I'm on the internet. We all in a room. It's just me, Kanye, Big Sean, Janae, E-40, nigga. And I'm on the internet just chilling, smoking. I'm trying to play it cool because Kanye in the room. I'm not trying to geek out. This is my favorite. This Kanye, nigga. I'm on mine. I'm like,
where was this? Was the show, the studio?
LA. What's that Powerhouse shit? Is that LA, the Powerhouse? That's Powerhouse.
Okay.
It was like a Powerhouse show, like a little, I don't know what holiday it was. Could have been the summer. This nigga Kanye. But anyways, I'm in a room and I tell Kanye, I'm like not trying to geek out because it's Kanye. I'm on my phone, I'm scrolling, and I'm like, oh, Muhammad Ali died. A nigga said, for real? Everybody out the room. Oh, he ain't kicked us out the room, though. He like, everybody out the room. That nigga kicked everybody out the room. Then we said a prayer. And then, like Kanye, he was supposed to go out on Big Sean's set, right? I don't know who went before Big Sean. I don't know who went after Big Sean. But I know when Big Sean went on, that nigga did I Don't Fuck With You, right? That nigga Kanye came out on I Don't Fuck With You, and then he turned it into a Kanye show.
Whoa.
Bro, nobody after him got to perform. I don't even think E-40. I think E-40 performed his verse on I Don't Fuck With You, and then Kanye came on. But nobody after that got to perform. I know the radio was hella mad about it, but oh my God. As an artist,
he just rocked out the whole rest of the show.
Jesus Walks. That nigga did Can't Tell Me Nothing. I was like, I'm damn near thankful I told that nigga that. I don't know what got into that nigga. He took over the show, bro. That nigga started doing hella shit. I'm like, wow. Here I am, front and center, to see this nigga Ye do some Ye shit, bro.
That's pretty dope, bro.
And then after that, I got invited to a Kanye show from one of my friends. It was me, Pilo, and some other people. And it was the show in the Bay Area. Nigga went crazy. He probably did Famous 4 times in a row, right? Next day, went to SAC, quit on them niggas. I'm like,
yeah. I think I remember that happening.
I'm like, I got the dopest show. I'm like, this is all in a week. I'm like, I got the dopest show, 2 dope-ass shows within a week, and then he quit. I'm like, this is Kanye, bro.
That's tight.
Yeah, that was dope as fuck.
That's
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Well, shit, man. Many dope stories, many dope experiences. It was a pleasure talking with you, bro. And thank you for sharing your story, man.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure at some point we'll probably run it back because there's probably more we could talk about. But for now, I think people got a really good look at who Nef The Pharaoh is.
Say that.
So shout out to everybody for watching this podcast, man. Killing it every week, working. This is episode number 40, right? No, this is episode number 41, bro. It's 41, but it's still good. We're on our way to 100. We're on our way to 400. We're not going to stop, man. Thank you to everybody watching. Every goddamn day I open up my notifications and I get people showing love to this platform, and that's dope as fuck.
And I just want to say, if you ain't got that Forever the Pharaoh, please go get it.
Come on.
Or your grandma gonna get COVID.
Come on, man.
Shout the tour out.
And we are on tour right now. If you want to find out where we're at, follow the motherfucking spot at Nef the motherfucking Pharaoh. If you don't know how to spell Pharaoh and you graduated college or high school, shame on your school. Not even on you. Just shame on the teacher. It's Pharaoh. And I always remember it all on the hoe. And I don't spell it the or da. It's THE. Proper spelling, bitch. Nef the Pharaoh. Follow us. Click that motherfucking link in the bio. Excuse me, please fuck up. Click the link in the bio. Eventbrite. Get the tickets. Click it. Ooh, I see it there. And I say that. He's one of the most dopest performers you ever seen. You ever seen that nigga perform live?
Nef The Pharaoh?
Yeah, he trill.
I'd seen Nef The Pharaoh perform at my own concert.
Yeah, the nigga changed.
The History of the Bay Day Party, starring Nef The Pharaoh. Was that high five? Hold on, let's do that correctly, man. There we go.
That was a good one. That was a good high five.
And you do know that. Nef the motherfucking Pharaoh, History of the Bay,
Punk.
Vallejo, Frisco, the whole Bay Area, Sacktown. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.